Oh, what a shit show this thing turned out to be. Even worse than expected. Stay for this video. We'll talk about Snow White disaster, but we'll also talk about the cultural implications of all of this, which I think is quite interesting to learn about. As always, if you want to learn more about survival and preparedness, which is what we do here, you have the channel with a ton of information. I also recommend my books, especially given these days what's going on in the world through survival skills and surviving the economic collapse. If you haven't got them already, what are you waiting? You also have the audiobook version just recently out of surviving the economic collapse. If you have the physical book already or the Kindle one, you can get the audiobook. I think it's 99 cents. I don't know exactly how that works, but check it out in Amazon Cool to see that they're doing that. Anyway, as fully expected by everyone with a couple brain cells still working, Snow White was a complete disaster. Says so, not me. I mean, I'm an avid movie critic, but this is The Guardian. You don't get more left-wing than The Guardian. And still, The Guardian says, Snow White review 2, toe-curling, terrible live-action remake. 1 star. 1 star. Fucking sucks. Audiences watching Disney's sappy, dire-looking effort starring Rachel Zellweger and Gal Gadot will wish only to be put out of their misery. Oh, yeah, that is tough, man. That is. So why is it that this sucks so much? Well, because it was intended to suck this bad. Look, you get the most, timeless, loved, classic fairy tale of all time, Snow White, and you just destroy it on purpose. How? Well, the first thing you do is insult everyone by gaslighting them into casting a girl that is obviously not fucking Snow White. It is the one thing you needed to do. The one thing that is known about Snow White is that it is this beautiful lass, beautiful young girl as white as snow. One thing you needed to do. Find the palest ass actress you can find in Hollywood that can somewhat act and is somewhat likable and cast her, not Rachel Zellweger mixed whatever the hell she is. No one fucking cares. And I speak as an oppressed minority here of the Latino community. We don't give a fuck. You think it's been bad in English? You know how brutal the criticism to this shit has been in Spanish? And everywhere. You think a guy in Africa, a black guy in Africa, gives a flying fuck if Superman is white or Captain America is white? You think those kids will not like the movie? Because of what? Because of politics? Because of the color? No, you're a kid. You just play nonetheless. You don't care if the fictional character is black, white, green, or whatever. You don't care. You know who cares? These racist lunatics that feel this is somewhat, what is this? Representation? Who the fuck does Rachel Zellweger represent? She does not represent what? The Latino community, the black community? And talking about that, this is something that just blows you. You know who represents, if you want to go with the Latino community representation? This woman is Anya Taylor-Joy. This woman represents the Spanish community, the Spanish Latino speaking community. Why? Well, because that's what she is. She is Argentine citizen, born in US, lived in Britain, and well, this is how she speaks.
Impresionante, sí. Impresionante toda la gente, que no se movían, sí, me emociona mucho.
So, it is a person that has a shared culture, right? Has a shared experience. You speak the language, maybe you were not born there, but you were brought up there, and you have the same experience of the things you like, the things that you grew up with, and you speak the language, and you share something. And you feel that is your own, even though you were born in one place or another. And the thing that matters the least of all, the thing that matters nothing at all, is the color of your skin, which we thought we were past that point. We thought we were looking at, not the cover of the book, but what actually is within. No. We have to go for the cover. It is insane. This is like, I know growing up, I liked Blade, right? Blade. Wesley Snipes, fucking cool, badass, action hero. He had this sword, he was fighting vampires, he was kind of a vampire himself, he had all of the martial arts things, great martial artist, Wesley Snipes. No one cared that he was black. What, I cannot like Wesley Snipes because he's black and I'm not? That's how it goes? No, that is the racism that these assholes pretend to go against when in fact they don't. And besides, the movie sucks. It is terrible. It is just terrible all around. The dwarves, and they could not cast actual people that were the little people because someone got offended. And anyway, disaster. And if that is not enough, you have the politics. Oh dear God, you have the whatever side you want to be in. If you're IDF or you're pro-Palestine, you have reasons to not watch this movie. Why? Well, because you have two of the more obnoxious, unbearable people in Hollywood. You have Gal Gadot, IDF agent, and you have super pro Palestine Rachel Zellweger, which probably could not place Palestine in the map or has a fucking clue why she should or should not be against whatever she's against or in favor of, and that makes it terribly unlikable. It is charged with all of the toxic crap in our society, and the result is perfectly expected. Snow White crashes 70% in the second week. It is a giant loss. It is $300 million movie that barely scratches at making 50. It is $250 million loss. $250 million pile of money. You just put it all together and you just burn it down, which is fully expected, and that's exactly what it deserves.